And if you remember in my team, I was like, Timber might not start, but the manager has gone ahead, obviously give him a good go to start, obviously get used to what he called fatigue, that he was really fatigued when he was playing the game of Liverpool. So, as it stands now, Setford, Timber, Saliba, Kivio, Zinchenko, Merino, Waneri, Starring, Jesus, Martinelli. That is the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. The bench has Raya, Lewis Kelly, Haven, Nicholas, Partey, Rice, Saka, Trossard, and Kai Havertz. That is it. Now, when you go to the side of Preston North End, they are having Woodman, Watmouth, Lindsay, Hughes, Ledson, Greenwood, Thorderstone, O'Kells, Holmes, Hayden, and Boyler. Then Connor, Story, Best, Potts, Whiteman, McCain, Porker, Reese, and Stewart. That is the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal and Preston North End in this highly competitive game of football altogether. So let's get and see how these teams are really lining up. It's 2-3 minutes that have gone ahead to be played so far, and it's still 0-0. And in this game, I would love to see the likes of Gabriel Jesus raising their hand to the world and obviously sending a message to the manager that I can really score goals. You understand? So, Setford is in goal. You know where Arsenal got him from? He was gotten from Ajax Academy, and the manager has decided obviously play him and obviously put in a very quiet shift altogether. Then Timber is what we call a right back for the club of Arsenal, and that is really something great for him because we all know to it that he's really good going forward, and him and Timber are the only Timber and Tomiyasu are the only players that I've known that can come in front, obviously put in a required shift altogether when it comes to really playing into those entire four positions of the back four. Then Zinchenko left back, as anticipated into the match preview, that he's really going to come up and put in a shift. Jakub Kivio and William Saliba obviously coming through to put in a shift altogether as the central defense partnership. And by the way, I've always longed to see Saliba play with Kivio because obviously Saliba makes every player that he plays with better, and I would always fancy to see these two being played together, and now I really have a chance to see them play together. Jorginho, Waneri, and Merino into the mix to obviously start into that midfield three. Then Raheem Sterling right forward, Martinelli left forward. Jesus is leading the line for the club of Arsenal, and when you look at that team, I think it's good enough to obviously gather Arsenal those results that they want. I think the only picks that I never got right is Timber, Setford, and Martinelli. But the rest of the players, I hinted about them, and the manager's just going to hit obviously get in three that have gone ahead to surprise. So guys, that is the starting 11 of Arsenal. It's still 0-0, 6 minutes played, and that's what is happening down there in Preston. Preston comes in through the 4-2-3-1. I'm really shocked that they haven't gone ahead to go with a back three and a midfield of 5. They're having Woodman in goal, Hayden right back, Hughes left back, Watman and Linsley in the central defense, Bonson and Ledson double pivot, Holmes central attacking midfielders, O'Kells left attacking midfielder, Boyler right attacking midfielder, and Greenwood is reading the line for the side of Preston North End. So when you look at this game of football, it is really on, and I can really flash a little bit onto how the stats are really into this. Only how many minutes played? 7 minutes played into the game, and this is how the stats are like. 0 shots on both sides, but Arsenal has gone ahead to have a 98% ball possession. For them, they're really having a 2% of ball possession. 81 passes completed by Arsenal so far. Preston have completed 2. 50% passing accuracy by Preston. Arsenal has 97%. 2 fouls by Preston, 1 foul by Arsenal. 0 yellow cards issued, no red cards, no offsides, no corners. So that's how the game of football is really happening down at the Preston North End Stadium, and things are really not good for them. But you anticipate that as they grow into the game, they might really do the needful. And what Arsenal has to do is simple. Arsenal has to come up and obviously do the needful. What they're supposed to do? Get the first goal. You get the first goal, you'll threaten them, because with all odds, by and large, you anticipate that they're going to be playing a low block, and they're going to be inviting pressure from the club of Arsenal. As they invite pressure from the club of Arsenal, the longer Arsenal takes without scoring, the more this team really gets ahead to believe that everything is possible. The earlier Arsenal goes ahead to obviously break the deadlock, then they'll obviously have to open themselves up, and that will create Arsenal a chance to really do the new default into the mix. So that's what you're really getting into from the side of Preston at end versus Arsenal. Game of football being played down there, and we're waiting to see how everything's really going to be panning out. But there are other games that are being played. Chelsea is playing Newcastle, all right, another big one. Liverpool is also into the mix, and Man United is playing Leicester City, and United is really having a set piece as we speak right now, and it's Rashford in here, and the ball is going to be stolen. So it's really huge, and it's really very, very emphatic down here where we are. Now, other results as far as this is concerned. EFL Cup. Let's see how other teams are really playing, because today, Brighton Liverpool 0-0, Preston Arsenal 0-0, Manchester United Leicester City 0-0, Newcastle Chelsea 0-0, Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 1. So I don't think that the manager would love to see to it that he really gets out of this tournament, especially if at all you are Unai Emery in a moment like this. You would love to win this game and see to it that your team fights until they get to the final, because when he gets to the final, he still has a chance to obviously win a trophy. You understand? So I think that's what he's supposed to be doing as a manager of Aston Villa. And I think it's really going to be bad for him if at all he obviously finds himself out. But Timber returning is really great. I've just gone ahead to record a video of his injury boost. And even the man called Gabriel Magalhaes is really one of those that is really ready to obviously get ready for the club of Arsenal as a player against Newcastle. He hasn't gone ahead to make to the bench, but I said in my match preview that it's better you rest him. When you rest him, all will be great, and a lot will obviously be happening. So the youngsters, Heaven, Nicholas, Lewis Kelly, depending on what Arsenal does, will obviously see themselves really getting themselves minutes into this beautiful game of football. 11 minutes so far played. It's really 0-0 for Arsenal, and we just can't wait to see who is going to be scoring first. But you know what we do? We'll come back with what we call